A Cup of Liberty in the Style of Doom by Andy Strider, because I imagine that we're all feeling a little more aggressive than usual given recent events. As I mentioned this morning, the liberation of Choohe continues at amazing pace, with nearly 70% of all Helldivers fighting to free this burning industrial socialistic hellscape from tyranny, but it just isn't enough. Projections indicate that we're too slow by roughly half an hour, which just sucks. Decay continues to be about as useful as the Chi in Zzaniah, unable to make the warp to Choohe and give us that last bit of vitally needed edge, and we'll be reporting to Court Bay roughly around the time this broadcast goes live. Now, I could muse on how there's virtually no change within the TQC, as I usually do, but I have something a little more interesting for you tonight, Helldivers. My shadowy helpers are trying to secure their home against automaton incursion and need a few things to make this all happen. To that end, I am announcing Angelic Order HomeMaker to give my friends a little helping paw. What do I need you to do? Well, it is very simple, dear divers. It's actually part of your normal work. It is so inconsequential, you'll barely even notice that you're doing it. The first phase is to hang around automaton STS batteries as long as you can. That means surface-to-space guns. The gigantic cannons that constantly shoot super destroyers out of space, you know the ones. Every Helldiver is connected to the Ministry of Truth's surveillance system at all times, and by extension, so am I. Once you're within range, you'll transmit scan details to my cloud server autonomously, and I'll forward the data off to my shadowy helpers. Simple, right? The second phase of this evil plan to save the world is to utilize FX-12 shield generator relays and both variants of combat walker exosuits, preferably in tandem. As before, your suit's surveillance systems will autonomously relay the details to my cloud server, and once I have enough, I'll send them off to Freediver and I mean my shadowy helpers, Fluff, jeez. This is to aid them in decentralizing the exosuit combat walker production lines. I mean, come on. It would be pretty bad if the bots hit one of the few remaining factories that we have making these things, right? This is all just common sense. The Penta factory on Verilia 5 is responsible for the manufacture of 90% of all Emancipator exosuits, and it would be kinda awkward if our supplies got cut off again. If you want to help out with this little errand, leave a comment so I know to look for your Hell Armor's transponder signal. I can pick out those who are engaging in missions like this on the Western Front, but if I have a super IP address for your armor, it'll help speed things along. That's been Liberty's Latest with me, ponderatheradioangel. I know the loss of the Major Order is disheartening, but you know what they say, your first effort is your worst effort. We'll get all this figured out, I'm sure of it. For liberty, for freedom, for democracy, and Vera Libertas. Wait, do not go to outro with that, do not!